Welcome to this edition of the Wireless LAN News Desk. My name's Tom Carpenter. I'm the CTO at CWNP. And this week we have a couple of things to cover in the news in this brief newscast. First of all, the wireless LAN market picture. IDC released their report on the wireless LAN market from 2017. And so we've got some interesting statistics and numbers in here. First of all, they reported that in the fourth quarter of 2017, global wireless LAN revenues came in at about $1.5 billion. That was for the fourth quarter alone. And it gave a 6.5% year-over-year increase from the fourth quarter of 2016. So there's growth there. For the full year, wireless LAN revenues were at $5.7 billion, which was a 5.7% increase over the entire year of 2016. So we see 5 to 6% growth in the wireless LAN market. Now, some interesting things in their report are that this growth is driven by the enterprise wireless LAN space, not the consumer space so much. In fact, the consumer space actually fell off in 2017. There's not a lot of reason for people at home to go and upgrade, honestly, an 11N wireless LAN router to an 11AC wireless LAN router for many home environments. And that undoubtedly impacted the growth rate there. Additionally, so many people now are getting cable internet where the wireless is built into it, and they use that, and consumers don't understand the technologies to the point where they would realize they could disable the Wi-Fi in the cable company's router and then put possibly better Wi-Fi on their network. So for that reason, a lot of people just use whatever is provided to them for year after year after year with no real upgrade in that case. So the consumer market is not driving this. It's the enterprise market that's driving the growth. And that's actually a very good thing for those of us that work in the profession. After all, we're not usually paid to go into people's homes and make better Wi-Fi if we're a wireless networking engineer. Although that's changing. Many of the cable providers are now saying, as I've reported in past news desks, that it is their responsibility to give good Wi-Fi in the home. So we're going to see more and more people needing CWS, CWT level skills that are going out and doing these installations in home environments. Now, interestingly too, IDC reported that in the fourth quarter of 2017, 802.11ac accounted for 94% of the access point revenues. And for the full year, 802.11ac accounted for 91%. So clearly, this is the major access point being purchased. 802.11n access points just are not being purchased at any significant level anymore at this time. So we have moved to 802.11ac. And of course, in the coming year, in 2019, we'll see that we start to see movement toward 802.11ax as well. Now, the interesting thing is to look at the companies that shared the market for wireless LAN companies or organizations. Cisco had 43.6% of the market share. This is actually down from 44% in 2016. HPE Aruba, as you know, if you've followed the industry, HPE bought Aruba a while back, and they make up 14.9% of the market share as a combined company. And Aris Ruckus had 5.9%, Ubiquiti had 5.6%, Hawaii had 5%, and then that leaves 25% for all of the other brands that you may or may not know about and recognize. So the clear important thing to understand here is that Cisco still has nearly double the market share of the bottom 25% combined. So not quite double, not quite 50%, but nearly double. A lot of Cisco shops out there and a lot of organizations still running Cisco systems. But it's interesting to note the increase in market share, though marginally, for HP Aruba, Aris Ruckus, and others that have eaten away at that Cisco share just a little bit in recent years. So what do all of these statistics mean to us? Well, it means that it's very important as a wireless professional to understand the fundamentals of these technologies that so many people are investing in. They're investing $5.7 billion in last year alone in wireless LAN solutions. So someone needs to know how to administer them, to design for them, to troubleshoot them, to secure them, and so forth. So it's very important to have those skill sets in the modern environment. In fact, it's a rare network administrator today that can actually say, I don't have to worry about wireless. But instead, there's a huge, huge importance placed on those network administrators actually understanding the wireless space. Now, in addition, this tells us that there are several different vendors that are important to know about. Certainly, we want to understand the features and capabilities of Cisco devices, of HP Aruba, of Ruckus, and even Ubiquiti and Hawaii, and all of these different vendors. So take some time, in addition to gaining your vendor neutral certifications that we provide at CWNP, visit the vendor websites, look at their documentation, look at their specification sheets, understand what they're capable of doing, so you really understand the market on a much wider scale, which can be very beneficial to you as a wireless professional. Now, a couple of pieces of news from here at CWNP. First of all, next week is our monthly webinar on Thursday, and that webinar is going to be on 802.11 alternate PHYs deep dive. So we're going to be looking at DMG, S1G, TVHT, the things that we don't typically think of as wireless LAN PHYs, like 802.11ac, 802.11n, etc. So the stuff that works outside of the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz band. We're talking about millimeter wave stuff, the 60 gigahertz band, and we're talking about long waves, the sub 1 gigahertz and the TV white space areas. So we'll get into that and help you understand what those PHYs are all about, what the use cases are for them, and the progress that's been made in the industry toward actually seeing them come to reality. And finally, the last thing I want to share with you today is that the WiFi Trek conference website for registration is going live this Monday. So make sure you watch for that announcement and take advantage of the early bird registration savings. So when you register earlier, there's a cost savings for you, for your company. So make sure you check that out. It's coming Monday. It's really exciting. This year, we're going to have a CWS CWT boot camp. So it's going to combine CWS and CWT for those that are interested in starting right there at that level or just understanding what those certifications are all about. Maybe you're a trainer, maybe you're a learning partner. You want to find out what they're all about. Great opportunity for you. I'll be teaching that boot camp. Then we're also going to have a CWNA boot camp, CWSP, CWAP, CWDP. All of those will be there. And the CWAP and CWDP will be the brand new versions of those certifications that we're working on. Here in a couple of weeks, we'll be doing the JTA in Vegas, and then we'll be creating the objectives and the exams and all the learning materials. And so CWAP and CWDP will both be brand new courses at the conference this year. So you want to make sure you get in on those early bird registrations. It's opening up Monday. Thank you for viewing today. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe below so you get notified when any new videos are posted here at CWNP TV on YouTube. It's been great being with you, and I'll see you again next week.